oh my god, it's time for Ninja Steel. I could have done it yesterday, but hell no, apparently no, I can't do it with friggin' Ninja Steel. And guess what Nick did? Nick didn't actually put it on Sunday at 8. Instead, they had a marathon of Paw Patrol because they're trying to say that Paw Patrol, even though the guy with a marathon is now on Noggin and they can use spare 30 minutes for it, Ninja Steel. So I had to watch it illegally, so freak it. Good job, Nickelodeon Ninja Steel. Alright, we're here on Ninja Steel. This is episode 31. If we're going by Ninja Steel, Ninja Super Steel, Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel is on episode 9. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? So, we got a previously, and you know what happened previously. If you didn't, well, there's the video. You can check it out. And now, we start at school. So we're at their school, and Brody, Calvin, and Haley are talking, and then Preston and Levi show up, and it turns out that they have 2 hours to figure out something to do. And then we get this new girl named Sandy. It's like, wow, Sandy, you're so bold. It's like, yeah, Sandy, and what? It's like, new girl, I get new girl might actually just do that, but still, she just straight up went for Preston. I mean, come on. I know it's gonna maybe happen here. We kind of understand what might happen. We kind of understand. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see at the very end. Anyways, we got Victor and Monty. Oh boy, and they love to science. Oh my gosh, what the heck? So that's about it that happened there. Then we go to the ship. And then on the ship, the Adeptians are getting charged. Usual evil talk of, oh, I'm going to conquer the world and crap. And the Galactic Ninjas are trying to get them back. Well, the two that are still around. Let's see. Wolverine and Venoma. So Badora actually finally gets to do something, you know? She actually blocks those two and it's like, oh, not so fast. You don't get to have the freaking medallions. And also, she most likely was charging them anyways. So there we go, and they actually got a deal. Apparently, when it comes to Madame Odious or Lady Odious, whichever you go, they are going to get them back if they actually are able to go down there and beat the Rangers before Foxatron shows up, which they have less than 2 hours. So the Galactic Ninjas, if they fail, will just be destroyed. So they're and then we get back at school. We're at their base, aka the junk, whatever. So no luck in fixing the Zord stars, and well, here comes the clip that we got. You know, I don't really need to talk about the clip, do I? I think we're good. So we go, and it turns out that Mick doesn't have the knowledge of everything. You know how he does lessons a day multiple times. It's like, oh well, that's good. He doesn't really know a lot. And then all of a sudden, these three who are hooded, the three hooded strangers. And I'm like, oh, Trey for Triforia? He broke himself up again and he's now here to help? It's like, oh man, if they would have went with a Zeo reference, that would have been awesome. I'm just saying, if it's three of them, could be Trey or Triforia. Trey already gave Zeo Rangers way back in the day the Super Zero Zords, even though I think he just might have changed it. And then in Turbo, you, in space, the Phantom Ranger was actually helpful too. So it would have been cool if they would actually got like some Rangers there who already gave something to multiple Rangers a few times, or gave something to Rangers sometimes. But oh well. Anyways, no, it turns out that these three monks came out of nowhere. I'm just gonna call them monks, and they have to prove themselves worthy of the stars. Which I'm like, I kind of figured that might have been what was gonna go on. And Sarah, oh my gosh, yeah, they know it is dire. It's like, come on. And what's even crazier is that as soon as in the end, we know that what one of them are, and it's like, yeah, we know that is a dire situation. They most likely already know. Or why would you try beginning those stars if it's not a dire situation? Just saying. So no idea what who's those guys and where they came from, and well, the Galactic Ninjas are now trying to finish the job. They are now on planet Earth, in the city, trying to call out the Rangers. The Rangers went there, and apparently, when they morph, they get to have a newer revamp of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger theme song, which someone actually pointed out in a clip, but I didn't hear it exactly. But this one does matter now. This does matter. I'm like, what? What in the world, man? Really? Okay, sure, why not? So they fight, and when they're fighting, even more of the revamp is being played. It's like, oh, what the heck? Really, guys? Really? I mean, yeah, you did have the revamp of Bulk and Skull theme for Victor and Monty, and I was going to touch that because do I really have to touch that? I mean, so Wolverine actually had to go against Brody, Preston, and Sarah, while Venema had to go against Calvin, Haley, and Levi. So Venema actually got so overwhelmed that she left. She was like, "Yeah, freak this." And Wolverine is all alone, and he got defeated. So, yeah, they did their final. I'm gonna say final strike. But the weirdest part has to be the fact that Levi did not join in the final strike, which most likely means maybe stock footage. But still, it's like, wait. Wolverine survived. It's like, whoa, hold on. So doesn't that mean that if Levi would have joined in, he wouldn't have survived? Yeah. Logic. So they returned to see if they were deemed worthy at the base. Not at all. And, something about brainwashing. Yeah. So we got 1 hour left. Mick is trying to fix the old stars, and what he decided to do is get a chemical bath and electricity to revive them. And he has a list of items that they have to retrieve. So apparently the science teacher, who is married, which I'm like, oh frick, well, I'm gonna stick to the principal then. Yeah, the principal wasn't even in this episode, but still, yeah. So she actually lost her wedding ring. Yeah, you see why I said, yeah, never mind. So Calvin and Haley decide to help her while the four others go to the lab, which I would figure that now this is a trend where it's going to be like, oh, piece by piece, they're going to be helping someone. Yeah, and I really don't want to get into the part of where it's like, oh, Mick knew how to do it all along. He secretly just said that. It's like, nah, Mick didn't know shit. It's like Mick didn't know nothing at all. So, anyways, Victor and Calvin plus Sandy. Yeah. Oh, Victor and Monty, sorry, not Calvin. Victor and Monty plus Sandy, they are in the science lab and they're actually trying to do a little experiment. And Preston's like, yeah, you shouldn't mix those two chemicals together. It's not a good idea. And Victor and Monty just didn't care, and they put them together. Mixed them together, and they got slimed. And the slime is actually a good adhesive too. So now they're stuck, and now they just run out of the freaking class, and it's like, whoa, hold on. Later on, you're gonna see that Sarah helps them, but for right now, she's laughing at them. Like, oh, so you're telling me you couldn't have just helped them right now, Sarah? Really? You had to let them walk all the way out into the freaking sun. Let's continue on. So the good moment to help. It's like, yeah, I was like, yeah, this is a good moment to help someone who can help them. It would be great. Preston, maybe Sarah could help, but Preston actually helped Sandy. So Sandy needed help, and that's why she went to him. It's like I should really want to go study. So there we go. And then Preston actually stays to help. The others continue on. Victor and Monty, they're still stuck together. All the Rangers are together except for Preston. So Brody, Sarah, and Levi actually helps Victor and Monty, while the other two that are left got Calvin and Haley actually got the list for it. Yeah, so all the stuff that was on the list, they have it. They're gonna run to the HQ, while the other's gonna try to help Victor and Monty. And Mick tries to revive the stars, and it works. Calvin actually got his, so there's one that they have that they could use, and well, they're out of time. But it turns out that they are worthy, and of course, well, I'm duh Brody. Brody said something stupid. So the three come back, and it's like, oh, flashback to delivering the lesson of the day. Yeah, they did flashback. It's like, you guys, notice that what you did, it wasn't you fighting, it was actually you guys doing in your personal lives selfless deeds. And it's like, what's even worse is one of them said epic. What the Brody? What the frick? What the frick, Brody? He's like, what the frick? The sooner we get over with this, the better. But yeah, they kind of deliver the lesson of the day. So, anyways, Wolverine is big now, and the Blaze Zord is summoned. And it turns out I forgot what they called it in Japan. I think it was Koi Maru. Well, anyways, they call it Piranha Zord. The Piranha Zord, man. Yeah, that's what they call it. It's a Piranha Zord. Oh my gosh. And as soon as they get into the cockpit and make this Megazord, they were doing cheesy one-liners, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the frick? Can't we just get on with it?" So Wolverine versus Blaze Megazord. Foxatron is actually ready. Wolverine got defeated by Foxatron, getting backstabbed, literally backstabbed, and the three of them, the hooded ones, were watching the fight. Yeah, and they said teenagers with attitude, and my gosh, what the? They're really shoving things in here. Thanks, Cat Lady. Thanks, friend of Cat Lady. Thanks so much. So one of the monks actually is Wes because we saw him with the Time Force. Yeah, yeah. So basically, they were actually in their Ranger forms while they were watching, which is like, huh, really? Hmm. Personally, I would have preferred they would have been like, oh well, let's get Rangers that aren't gonna be in the freaking special on Tuesday. It's like, yeah, that would have been better. That would have been so much better. It's like, yeah, and I would have gave recommendations of been like, hey, why don't you just get Special Rangers? You get Phantom Ranger, you get Gold Ranger, and I will say, I don't know what you can do for the third one. It's like the third one's a toss up. Do it, whatever you want to do. Enjoy. Or Doctor O. I mean Doctor Z. That would have been cool. Anyways, so Foxytron is getting overwhelmed by the Blaze Megazord, and they're glowing, and then they get shot out of the freaking Megazord because, well, that's what happens. And well, they're shot out, and they use original footage, which means they're in their normal forms. They're not even in the master forms, and they're just, yeah. I'm glad that they got rid of the Japanese versions of the. Of course, it's not going to get translated, thank goodness. But I'm just saying, if they did do it, I would have been like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. So Odious is down. Bandora checks on her. They retreat, and then we get back to school. And all of them are talking, and oh, great. Here we go with the lesson of the day talking within the group. Yeah, talking within the group is like, oh, Syphilis acts and stuff like that. It's like, my gosh. Oh boy, they're still going with this. Then we have Sarah and Haley talking about the strangers. And then we got Sandy showing up again, and it's like, So all of them are playing pool, like they did a few episodes ago. I think that's what they like doing. And then you have Sandy who joins in as well. Meanwhile, Victor and Monty had to have a last laugh, which Victor and Monty they got separated, from that goop. But when they tried to get the goop off of them, something messed up happens. They're now bald in the back. Yeah, like a monk. Anyways, there we go. That's the whole entire episode. What I think about this episode, I think Nick is a jerkbag because I had to actually try to get to see it in another way, and I did. And it's like, I'm pretty sure that Nickelodeon wants me to actually see it as it should be seen. But instead, they decided to be like, oh yeah, Sunday, we don't need to do that on Sunday. Oh no. So that was a dumb move. Good job, Nickelodeon, you idiots. It was a dumb move. As for the episode itself, it was a two-parter. The two-parter should have just allowed itself to just happen before hiatus. I mean, I get it. Maybe hiatus is a great idea to do that. But on the other hand, it's like, nah. If you're showing the Blaze Megazord and you have Blaze Megazord in the freaking stores, you need to wheel out Blaze Megazord's appearance now. It's like, frick your stupid hiatus. At least have this one and then hiatus. It's like, if you have hiatus now, it would have been instead of, oh, we got a two-parter and the second half is now here. It's like, no, no. Instead, it's like, oh man, are you ready? We're gonna start off with prime time episode. It's like, yes, we're gonna start off because, well, look at that. It's like both of the episodes. One's gonna be on Saturday, one's gonna be on Tuesday. Does it make perfect sense that that's how it goes? It should have like maybe some time to breathe, even though these episodes are not even whelming enough. Yeah, they're not even overwhelming. So it was like it would have been great if you guys instead had, yeah, so episode 10 would have been the kickoff of the Power Rangers last. Yeah, that would have been cool. And I think it actually would have been very, very awesome where it's like, because we didn't even get to have or even know about, we knew a little bit about what was going to happen for the anniversary episode, but we didn't really know exactly what they had planned. So now we do know what's going to happen. But if they would have done it at, yeah, done it before the hiatus, they released it now, it'd be like, what was that? And then we'll get details. And it's like, yeah, people can speculate a little bit. But instead, there's no speculation. We know who's going to be on there and everything else. So good job for you. You kind of screwed yourselves when the whole you kept this one. And it's like, oh, yes, we have to do this one first. Then we're going to do episode 10. It's like, no, it's better to do episode 10 already. So it's like, I should be talking about episode 10 right now and be like, well, it wasn't that horribly bad, but it wasn't that awesome to where it's like, oh, it's forgiven Ninja Steel. But instead, no, we got this. So, anyways, stay tuned. I most likely will do coverage of what the others think. Yeah, in quotations, the panel I usually do. So, extra thoughts coming most likely on Wednesday because I got delayed. Yay. Ninja Steel.